Hi guys, I just wanted to pop on today and just have a bit of a conversation about a couple of blends that I have decided to use today in my diffuser. And I wanted to talk about the emotional properties of it. We can do research on all of this and what have you. We know a lot about the physical properties, but anyone who knows me knows that working with the emotions is where I always start from. It's huge for me to work on the emotional before the physical. And it's funny because some of these things have actually popped up in conversation over the last few days. So the ones that I chose this morning, it was sort of an intuitive thing, but there was also a little bit of a nagging physical thing that I wanted to address. So when I started reading up on the emotional properties of it, it made a hell of a lot of sense to me. So this morning I got up and I felt a little bit congested, a little bit sniffly and snuffly and what have you. So the two blends that I chose to put in the diffuser was Onguard and Easy Air. Okay, does anyone like all my little sparkles around me? I felt like being a bit sparkly today, so I put that on around me. It's pretty cute. So Onguard. Okay, Onguard is our protective blend, the oil of protection. So as we know, it helps the users to shield it. It shields us from bacteria, mold, and viruses. So that's what it does on a physical level. On an emotional level, it extends beyond the physical, and it aids individuals in warding off energetic parasites, domineering personalities, and other negative influences. The protective blend strengthens one's immune system, which governs the ability to defend against attacks from physical pathogens and negative energies. It's incredibly helpful for strengthening the inner self, along with the inner resolve to stand up for oneself and to live in integrity. It's especially indicated for personalities who have a weakened boundary due to some kind of violation to their personal space. Protective blend gives individuals strength to say no and resolve to maintain clear boundaries. It cuts away unhealthy connections such as codependency, parasitic relationships, or emotional viruses found in negative group thought. Now that negative group thought is something that comes up a lot these days. If you have a look at social media, how many viral posts do you see that are of a negative nature? Someone finds it on internet, shares it, other people share it, then before you know it goes viral, and it's generally there to incite feelings of fear. It gets shared and shared and shared, and then other people share it and they think, oh my god, it's got so many people sharing it and there's so many comments that it's clearly the truth, instead of them saying, hang on a second, I'm going to have a look into this, I'm going to do my own research and I'm going to make up my own mind about the situation. So then you get this situation that is blown way out of proportion that majority of the time isn't even correct. And I think it's to do with the fact that in this society we're too busy and we're too lazy to do our own research. So let's just share something from someone else because clearly it's right. And you can find this as well with just in the media. So news feeds and things like that, I tend to stay away from a lot of that stuff because they like to incite that feeling of fear in people and gets people to keep watching. So I'm very much one for looking into doing my own research and making up my own mind on something. So the protective blend greatly assists individuals in learning to stand up for themselves and to live in integrity with their true self. So the negative emotions that may come up for you, attacked, unprotected, vulnerable, and susceptible to peer pressure. So by popping some Onguard, in your diffuser, in a roller bottle, the positive properties that come out of that: protected, capable, strong boundaries, integrity, independent, reinforced, and strength. So there was a good reason why I popped this on today. There's been a few things that have been popping up for me emotionally to do with those things. So strong boundaries has been a big one for me. Feeling vulnerable has been a strong one for me. Feeling attacked and unprotected. So I clearly needed some Onguard in my diffuser today. So the other one was Easy Air. This is the one that I put on because I was feeling a bit snuffly. Felt that maybe I was getting a little bit, run down. So the respiratory blend, so the oil of breath, or is it the oil of breath? Because as you know, in this society, again, we're busy. We're too busy. We're too stressed. We're too depressed. We're too anxious. We don't breathe properly. We don't take those really deep, connected, grounded breaths, which calm us down. So the oil of breath addresses the inability to let go of grief and pain. Individual in need of this blend struggles to breathe and literally feels suffocated by sadness. The lungs and air passages become constricted, preventing air and emotion from releasing. The root of this condition is feeling unloved. The individual grieves the love they never received. They often shut down due to fear, not knowing whether the love they need will be there. They distrust whether it's safe to open and take in life. This blend encourages individuals to release grief and sadness and to receive genuine love and healing. This blend also supports an individual's relationship with spirit and deepens one's connection to life. It invites individuals to let go, so breathe out, and receive, so breathing in. In this way, this blend teaches individuals to embrace life through breath. Because oxygen, breathing, it's life-giving. So we should be taking all of those really, really deep, connected breaths down into Mother Earth, feeling grounded. So it imbues individuals with the courage to fully open. So the negative emotions attached to all of that is sadness, grief, despair, unloved, difficulty breathing, constriction, and distrust. So popping a little bit of this into my diffuser today, or into a roller bottle, or inhaling it straight from the bottle. So it makes you feel loved, cared for, receiving, courage to fully open, embracing life, healed and solace. So it always surprises me when I intuitively choose oils to put into my diffuser, and then when I go back to read exactly what I have popped in there and why, I'm like, yep, makes sense. So this book that I'm reading this from, it's called Emotions and Essential Oils. This is an older copy. There's a newer one out now. This is a phenomenal book. I love this book. I always want to know, I know physically why I've chosen oils, but I always like to know why I've chosen them emotionally. And it always spins me out, and it's exactly what I need. So if you guys want to get these oils into your life and you're not already with a wellness advocate, you don't have anyone around you who is connected to doTERRA, I can actually send out a couple of samples of these if you'd like to try before you buy, but only people that are serious and finding out a little bit more about how these oils work. So drop me a PM, or you can go to www.michelleconnell.com. I hope you got something out of that. I hope you have an amazing day, and keep sparkling, guys. See ya.